Hey everybody, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel, and we are almost done with the lip collection thing. So I have two more categories of colors, and today we are going to be diving into reds, of which I have far too many. I also have a couple of orange shades that I'm just throwing in here because there were like 3 of them, and I felt like they didn't really need their own category. Okay, so I guess let's just dive in. I've actually been liking the kind of no makeup thing with these videos. I feel like it helps me at least figure out the color without the distraction of a lot of other makeup. And if I don't have a lot of foundation around my mouth, that's good too, because especially as we've gotten into these darker colors, cleanup is tricky. All right, the first shade I'm going to swatch is from Wet n Wild. This is a MegaLast lipstick. It's in the shade Purty Persimmon, and it's a beautiful orange. I suppose a mirror would be helpful. I'll use this NYX one. The Underneath It All palette. If you're interested in this palette, it's got some eyeshadows, some blushes and highlighters. I'll link my latest Get Ready With Me where I use this. So that is Purty Persimmon, and it's pretty. I like it. I like these kinds of shades though. These orangey, not necessarily. I don't find myself drawn to corals as much, but these kind of bright orange color. I'm gonna start my hand swatch collection here. These bright orange shades I really enjoy. And there's something about this particular formula. It feels a little less dry than some of the MegaLast lipsticks do. I mean, they're only $2, so it's a fun way to play with colors maybe that are a little out of your comfort zone without spending too much money. And I actually find the formula very comfortable to wear, but some of them can be a little bit dry on initial application, but once they kind of warm up on your lips, or once they warm up on my lips, I find them to be quite comfortable, and they're very long lasting. So if this is a shade that speaks to you, or maybe you want to try it out, this can be a good way to do that. Next orangey shade is an intense butter gloss from NYX. I'm sorry, that probably didn't focus. It's in the shade Orangesicle. This smells exactly like a Hershey's hot cocoa mix, the white chocolate version that I used to drink all the time, even though I've never liked white chocolate. But it's super nostalgic because it just brings me back to being like 8 years old with that hot chocolate watching Wallace and Gromit in my parents' basement. Aw. So, very comfortable formula. It would probably be better served with a little bit more makeup or a little bit more bronzer or something like that. It does look a little awkward on my face at the moment, I think. With the color family we're working with today and the next video, I'm sure that my lips will be pretty stained pretty quickly. So we're just gonna expect that and roll with it. Next is probably my favorite orange. If I had to get rid of all of these and just keep one, it would be this. This is one of the Bite Beauty duos. I've already talked about the other side. The other side is Lingonberry in my hot pink video, which I will have linked on the screen and below. This one today is the shade Tangerine. It's summer in a lipstick. Now these are, I will say, the old formula, the Luminous Creme lipsticks. I have not tried the new Amuse-Bouche ones. I will check to see if this shade is still available. I know a lot of the shades carried over to the new formula. I would buy a full size of this though. I love this shade so much. And actually I feel like this one works a little bit better on my skin tone with less makeup on. This is a good one to, I usually have this in my purse just to throw on if I need a little life to my face. All right, so it seems we might as well move into kind of orangey reds. So the first one I grabbed is a Milani matte. This is the shade Matte Passion. As I have said in, I think these Milani mattes have been in every single video I've done so far, and they're very comfortable. I am not grabbing this thinking, oh god, I have to put a matte lipstick on. It's super cushiony, cozy. It's not a plumping sort of thing, but because it's more of a cushiony formula rather than one that dries down completely, so it's not transfer proof or anything like that, but it's very comfortable, and I feel like it's less, I don't know, I find some matte lipsticks, especially liquid ones, which obviously this isn't, so I probably shouldn't even bring up that comparison at all, but a lot of matte lipsticks, even bullet lipsticks, shrink my lips down, and I don't have a lot of lip to begin with, so I appreciate the formula on these a lot. Next up, we have a NYX High Voltage lipstick. They have another lipstick that is in the exact same packaging, a lot of them with the exact same shades that are called something else that I can't remember right now, but I will write it here. I haven't tried the new ones, so I don't know if they're exactly the same, but hopefully the packaging is a little bit better. This one, the top has cracked. It doesn't really fit on, it doesn't stay on, so I can't keep this in my purse or anything. But I love the formula. It's really comfortable and shiny. It's not matte at all. Highly pigmented. And a really pretty color. The color is Rockstar, by the way. And I think that's a fitting name. It's kind of like an old school color, but with a little bit more brightness, which I think makes it a little more rock and roll, maybe. If you have tried the new version of these and the old ones, let me know what you think. All right, I'm just gonna start grabbing stuff. So this next one is another one of the Bite Beauty duos. The first shade was in the hot pink version, that's Palamino. This other side is Pomegranate. This is definitely more of a blue, oh yeah, blue cherry classic red. Classic. It's just classic. I have nothing bad to say about it, but I have a feeling a lot of these reds are going to be along the same theme. His next one is another Milani matte. It's in the shade Matte Kiss. This is kind of the same sort of bluey red, cherry red, but a little bit lighter in shade, not quite as deep as Pomegranate. And a pleasure to put on. Really, just slides over the lips so nicely. Oh god. I'm just going to create a whole different lip shape that I don't have. So there we have Matte Kiss. As usual, beautiful formula, beautiful color, feels really comfortable, even on my lips that are starting to not like me so much right now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, next up is a limited edition product. This is a ColorIcon metallic liquid lipstick from Wet n Wild. This was part of their holiday 2016 collection. No, it wasn't holiday. It was spring. Was it spring or summer? I'll look it up and put it here. But this is in the shade Coming Up Roses. Has the same sort of kind of chair applicator. I've heard that called a chair applicator or a scoop doe foot. It is a really pretty color though, and a very comfortable formula. It's not uncomfortable, it fades evenly, you know, all of the things you want a liquid lipstick to do. It's definitely a little bit more kind of, I'm seeing more pink, more of a rosy red, if you will, a pinky red, but the metallicness is really nice. It's very subtle, shimmery. I did have, I think, most of the lips, or a lot of the lipsticks that came in this collection. This is the only one that survived, and it's really pretty. And it also, I feel like, you know, when I see this color in the tube, I, as you noticed, immediately thought holiday, but I feel like this is an appropriate color for, at least, you know, depending on your circumstances during the day, but I think this is an appropriate shade for spring and summer because it has that pinkness, that brightness, so it's not just kind of Christmas, if that makes sense. In my mind, anyway. Next shade is another Wet n Wild Fergie lipstick in Saraghina is my guess. Because Saraghina doesn't sound right. So I'm going to go with Saraghina. I wasn't a particular fan of Fergie. I didn't hate her. It's just, you know, it was not my style of music. So there might be some, you know, insider stuff with these names. I don't know. My immediate impression is that this is a shinier version of Matte Kiss. It's a little pinker, actually, when I swatch it on my hand. I'll show all these at the end, of course. But again, you know, I have nothing bad to say about this shade or this lipstick. This is when it's going to get tricky because I can already see that obviously a lot of these shades are very similar. You get a very similar effect, but I can also pick up the subtle differences and think, oh, well, that totally justifies me having 10 red lipsticks. 4 more, we're getting there. So this next one is from e.l.f. It's one of the matte lip color pencils. It's in the shade Rich Red. These are all really pigmented shades, so I don't think that it matters too much that my lips are stained. You'll still see the color as is. Nothing bad to say once again. Just so you know, there is a sharpener on the end of these. So if you prefer a more precise line, that does exist in there. I don't really care. It's still a small enough pencil, and I have small lips, so, you know, I can use a smaller applicator for sure. But it's a dream to apply. It's a comfortable formula. It's not quite as soft and cushiony, velvety feeling as like the Milani mattes, but it doesn't drag or anything on your lips. Again, you know, nothing bad to say, and I think that's going to be a theme, or that really has been a theme. Most of the lipsticks that I have gone through aren't bad lipsticks. They're still in my collection because I like them, but, you know, I can cut down the lipsticks that I've worn so far, at least the red ones, to like 1, maybe 2. I don't need 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, next up is an actual full size of a Bite Beauty Luminous Cream lipstick. It's in Zivoli. Beautiful color. I will admit, though, I'll admit already, even before the Declutter section, that I never wear this. And it has stayed in my collection because it's beautiful and because it's a full-size Bite Beauty lipstick. I didn't even buy this with my own money. My mom bought it, and she doesn't wear it, so she gave it to me, and I have not decluttered it yet because it's probably actually the most expensive lipstick I own, and I didn't even buy it. Like, it's so silly. Okay, I think this is going to be a very similar shade. This is yet another matte lipstick from Milani. This is in the Shame? Whoa, this is in the shade Matte Confident. This is pretty much exactly the same shade. They look a little bit different in the hand swatch. Here, I'll just show you. That's Zivoli, and that is Matte Confident. All right, so my last Bite Beauty lip duo, I'm going in with the shade Poppy. I think I will save the other side for the next round, but I might be swatching some stuff on my hand just to see. But this is Poppy. So this is definitely more in that kind of more bright red. It's almost a little bit orangey it's looking like. Let's see how it swatches. Yeah, it's a little more of a red orange than the other Bite Beauty red that I swatched, which was Pomegranate. And yeah, it's beautiful. So let's just go back through these. So let's talk about these orangey shades. I'm definitely going to keep the Bite Beauty Duo with Tangerine because I love that. And I think I will also keep Matte Passion because that is beautiful. Rockstar, I love this color. I love the formula, but I can't take it anywhere. The cap falls off. I'm getting rid of it. Boom. Now, I don't know if you can see, but Orangesicle over there is bleeding pretty good just on my palm. So these are both pretty much the same color, and I actually think I prefer the MegaLast. So I think I'm actually going to keep this and let go of Orangesicle. This is going to be the tough one because truly, okay, so this middle row, again, there are enough subtle differences where I could justify keeping all of them, but I'm not going to do that. I do want to keep actually this metallic one from Wet n Wild. It's just one of those shades that kind of got lost. I wore it a few times. I liked it. Every time I've done a declutter since then and I've swatched this on my hand, I think, oh, that's pretty. Let me keep it. But I haven't actually gotten it in a rotation where I'm putting it on my face. So I'm going to bring this up to my top counter and see if I get a little bit more use out of it. e.l.f. matte lipstick, the Fergie lipstick, and Matte Kiss are all very similar shades. So we have the matte, e.l.f. matte color here, the Fergie lipstick there, and then there is the Matte Kiss from Milani. And they're all the same shade. I can get rid of the e.l.f. I don't want to get rid of this because you can't buy it anymore, but at the same time, it's the same shade. This, I love the formula of it. I'm having, how easy is my life that this is my biggest problem? Well, it's not really my biggest problem, but you know what I mean. Pretty good day if my turmoil is which red lipstick that looks exactly the same do I want to keep. I'm actually going to put those to the side though because I'm ridiculous. Here's what I'm going to do with the Bite. These are different reds. The Pomegranate is that kind of blue-based cherry red, and then the Poppy is a little bit more of a red-orange. I'm going to get rid of that one and keep the Pomegranate / Palamino. So that splits those up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of Zivoli because I don't wear it. Matte Confident, I love. I have worn that a bunch. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hell to edit. I'm going to do it. I'm keeping Matte Kiss and letting go of this Fergie lipstick in Saraghina. I'm actually going to declutter one more because I don't reach for the shade, even though I like it. And again, this is easily gettable again if I need to. Okay, so I'm actually going to declutter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 7, depending on how you want to count this. So there you have it. I hope this video comes together. I feel like my brain kind of stopped working halfway through this. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing this, I think. So hopefully this comes together. Hopefully it was entertaining, interesting. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, please let me know. And also let me know if you also have that tendency to hold on to things because you feel like you should, or they're special somehow. Maybe they're a little more expensive, or somebody gave it to you as a gift, but it's not something that you need. If you want to, it can be moral support for each other to get rid of the stuff that we really don't need, not because it's an insult to the product or the gifter or anything like that, but just because we don't need it, we don't use it. So yes, streamline. streamline our lives. So thank you very much for watching and sticking through this video, which I have a feeling is going to be long and rambly. I'm going to try to cut it down so it's not too bad. But I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.